Hello, you absolute legends. Good old Minesweeper. You don't hear about it much anymore now that it no longer comes installed with Windows, but Minesweeper is still one of the most played and iconic computer games of all time. It's hard to put into words the feeling of nostalgia I get when I think about this absolute masterpiece. For me personally, it is a direct link to PC gaming in the 90s. As a kid, whenever I found myself in front of a foreign, unfamiliar computer, there was always one place I knew I could go to cure my boredom, at least for a few minutes. Start, programs, accessories, games, Minesweeper. It's more than just a game. It's a symbol of the earliest versions of Windows, and I can't think of one without immediately thinking of the other. Most people today probably consider Minesweeper to be a relic of the past. After all, it was released over 30 years ago. But at the top level, competitive Minesweeper continues to thrive, and when it comes to time trials, or speedrunning, or whatever you want to call it, Minesweeper is insanely active. On Minesweeper Online, the largest rankings, there are over 1 million players who have registered a time, and this doesn't even track the players who use offline software to play. Despite the immense number of players, the world record for the expert difficulty, Minesweeper's most prestigious record, had stood for over 10 years. A time of 31.13 seconds, set in 2010 by Kamil Muransky. This record seemed untouchable, but in September of 2020, the unlikeliest of challenges did the unthinkable. A 12-year-old kid by the name of Xian Zhu obliterated Kamil's record by almost 2 seconds. Xian, otherwise known as JZE, had become so good and was so young that people flat out didn't believe it was possible. The predictable accusations of cheating came flooding in, and it wasn't until only recently that JZE was finally able to put most of the doubters to rest by performing live on camera. In today's video, we will take a look at competitive Minesweeper and this new player that has absolutely decimated the competition, sparking a massive controversy. I will also be launching a Minesweeper competition with cash prizes for those who think they can beat my also be to this new player that has absolutely decimated the competition, sparking a massive controversy. I will also be launching a Minesweeper competition with cash prizes for those who think they can beat my personal time. So stick around to the end of the video for the details.
No, not the claw grip. He has it fucking... I don't mind the claw grip. Like, he has it to the left.
I really hope you enjoy. Now, you're probably noticing I'm looking particularly smart today, and it's not because of a new haircut. If you look closely, you'll see that I'm actually wearing glasses. If you're anything like me, you probably spend a ton of time in front of a computer, whether that be from working or just playing games. The problem with this is that monitors the game though, and there is even a separate competition for playing the game without placing any flags at all. It's called no flag, and this style of play requires some serious visualization skills. The number on the top left shows the amount of flags you have remaining, and the number on the top right is the timer. There's 3 different difficulties: beginner, intermediate, and expert. But the most hardcore competition is performed on expert, with a grid of 16 by 30 containing 99 mines. When it comes to mechanics, the options are rather limited. Left-clicking uncovers a square, and right-clicking places a flag. If a square with a number has a matching amount of flags adjacent to it, you can press both mouse buttons at the same time to uncover every remaining square around it. This is called chording. In order to chord more efficiently, you can keep the right mouse button held after placing a flag, so that when you move to the number next to it, you only need to click the left mouse button. This more efficient technique is called 1.5 click. And that's it. As far as playing the game goes, there isn't any more to it. Beyond this point, it comes down to speed, precision, pattern recognition, and decision making. You begin by learning the simplest of patterns: a 1 in a corner, a 3 on an edge. There are a ton of easy to remember combinations that you need to know. You can then use more complex patterns and logic to decipher the more difficult problems. But it's not just knowing where the mines are that will make you a good Minesweeper player. You also have to be able to correctly identify the best way to deal with each situation. You might think that there'd be one specific optimal way of playing the game, whether it be placing flags and chording, or simply ignoring flags altogether. But the fastest way
I'm watching a 16-minute video though. Impressive. 12-year-old kid taking the record. Pretty impressive that he's standing for 10 years too, honestly. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like and a comment on what you want to see next.